Hello, Hojoz here, and today we are in KSP 1.7.3 with a bit more mods than usual. I'll list them for you pretty quick. We have Click-Through Blocker, Ace Combat, Airplanes Plus, B9 Aerospace, BD Armory, Edixer Extensions Redux, Fire Spitter, Kerbal Field, Physics Range Extender, Squad, and Vessel Mover. This to accommodate one of Box of Stardust's craft, which I then subsequently re-engineered to make an HCZ no parts. Yes, indeed. We also have a little bit of music going on in the background, since today is going to be a whole lot of building. So I thought some music in the back end, in the background, would help the stream, because I won't be commentating for much of it. Anyway, for today's stream we have a very odd plan, and that is to build a submarine that can surface multiple times, that also carries an airplane that carries a parasite plane. So yeah, I just had some inspiration to do this. I had inspiration to stream it, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I do see some lag in the stream. Aww. I have tested my internet and it was fine, and now we have lag in the stream. Well, of course, that's since you're now streaming for viewers. It's probably also having a bit of an encoding issue since we're in the VAB. So that sucks. Look, you have to sort that out. Let's look at Task Manager and see what the load is. Yeah, OBS is taking a fair load. Fair bit amount of it. That sucks. We have currently 100% processor usage, so yeah, that's essentially killing it right here. Now less than 100% usage, so it'll be fine, I guess. Anyway, let's start with the submarine now. I have very quickly tested this, which I want this to be a submarine that can surface multiple times, and how I'm going to solve that is by having ore tanks that you can just jettison out the back of the submarine, that will then float themselves without needing any further help, but will weigh the submarine down enough to help make sure that it stays underwater, and that is the plan. Oh my! Why did you randomly kick me out of the screen? Apparently Windows does that nowadays. I don't know why. This is the first time I've had that. Anyway, I suppose the first thing we have to do when making a submarine is making a submarine. I'm going to name this HZMS Prost, since Alain Prost, multiple world champion in Formula 1, had quite the stealthy way of going about collecting championships. So I thought that was the perfect title for the submarine that we're going to build today. I use cargo bay. Want a double. Cargo bay is going to be essential to this submarine, since we of course want to deploy our ore containers individually. There we go. That'll be the deck for the aircraft, for the submarine. So, of course, store some electric charge generation here in here as well. I'm going to do a lot of electric charge generation, since you can better overbuild than underbuild your submarine. There we go. Next up, of course, is going to be extending the fuselage. So, I suppose I can just alt paste these. That should be enough for now. Cargo ramps, which I am going to mount like this. Simply because that's more aesthetically pleasing. Well, I mean, it makes sense since it conveys more of a boat principle. Something like that. And then I would like, honestly, to cover here the this edge off. So I'm going to do next. Scrap some more of these. I suppose we can also put the end caps on one of the attachment points of the cargo base. Should be, of course, more efficient. Huh. Structural fuselage for a tank. That's cool. Never noticed that. And a boat as well. That's pretty cool. Where are our end caps? In aerodynamic mech, perhaps? You can tell that I don't work with the Mark III parts a lot. I could swear that it should be somewhere here. And it is. I'm just an idiot. As per usual. There we go. They attach nicely. I will have to match the angle on these with the front end of the craft. Should be roughly like this. Bring it down. Got kicked out again. Windows, why do you do that? I guess it's just an update issue, where I updated to the latest version and now it's kicking me out for some reason. I literally don't understand that, but apparently it's a thing now. Anyway, end caps have been put on. Looks nice. It does, if you ask me. Yeah, it really does. suppose we should continue. With what we're doing, which is now putting the back end on the aircraft, or rather the boat, submarine even. Well, I suppose that would be, like this would be more aesthetically pleasing, since you could just insert engines like that. Yeah, just like that. Insert engines. So that's going to be the rough outline for our submarine here. Next, what I'm going to do is line up a cargo bay on the top. Let's see how I'm going to do that. I suppose it would be the best thing would be just to use a cubic-octagonal strut. There we go, one cubic-octagonal strut. We can attach the superstructure for the aircraft holding part to that. Which I'm going to build right now. Once you attach the front part of the cubic-octagonal strut, come on. And that will be our cargo bay for the aircraft part of this submarine. I think I'm going to make it a rather short aircraft, so I'm going to construct it roughly like this. No, that's not put in correctly. There we go, that's better. Another end cap. Come on, there. This is exactly what I had envisioned in my brain. So far building is going well. Rather happy with that. Yeah, it's going to be the rough look of a submarine. Of course, we will need a superstructure of some sort where the commands and such will be given, where the Kerbals can sit. So I'll have to get a cockpit in as well, which I think we can just attach that nicely to the back end of this space shuttle part. Or we can't. It's denying us, it's actively denying us. Why are you denying us? It doesn't want to attach them. That's odd. Stop kicking me out. Suppose we'll need a cubic-octagonal strut or two to attach them to them. Come on. There we go. Going to put them to the back end of this part of the fuselage, since we need as much clearance for our aircraft as possible. can now do is put some structural fuselages in, just to create some extra structure and connect these two parts to each other. There we go. Now it makes sense. Now it makes complete sense. Yeah, now it looks like it's part of the ship. There you go. Some end caps, of course. In white, otherwise it doesn't look that good, in my honest opinion. Some structural connectors to not make it look that odd. There we go. Now it looks like the bridge is held up by some structural pieces. Suppose the next part is to attach BDA stuff, or rather we also need fuel. We also need fuel to prepare this to propel this beast, so I think we can just store that on the side. See where the center of mass is. Better idea to attach it here, I do think. There we go. That's the center. I hope that'll give us enough fuel. Next up is just spam some intakes on it. No. There's the scoop. Yes, there's the scoop. Supposed that to be enough. Close the bay. Next step is to attach an engine or two. We don't need this specifically to be that speedy, so we can get away with mounting two of these. Need to get the right balance between showing games and not showing them. That'll be cool. Suppose it's ready for our first test, but I want to attach a radar before we test it. Just a TWS will do. There we go, TWS. Don't need two. Kicks me out again. I don't know why it does that. Never did that before. Yeah. There we go. Radar in place. Suppose we should also auto strut it as grandparent, just to be sure that it won't just immediately collapse. And then we can test it to see if it floats. with full view. I reckon that's rather crucial. Stream looks a bit laggy, but I'm just going to blame my PC for that. The connection is fine, so. Oh yeah, prepare for some awful loud noises from turbofan engines. These Saturns make a lot of noise. You can hear them. Like these are just two aircraft made for fun. They're called HG Bianchis. Look at them. They look like MiGs. If you ask me, they just look like MiGs. But that's not what we are taking a look at today. I want to know whether you float or not. Let's see if you do. So otherwise we'll have to modify the design. Here's the vessel. It does float. And it looks as though we have a lot of clearance in terms of mass. It does float rather high up on the surface. So that's good. I suppose we can just stuff more fuel into it. Let's see if the engines can provide thrust. They can. We are propelling ourselves, which is great. The radar. Yeah, nice. Looks like this won't be able to go at rather high speed. For boats at least. I can see it at high speed. Yeah, that looks good. Revert the flight. I'm happy with that. So I suppose we can install some BDAC stuff now. I will, first of all, I want the web manager, of course, which I'm just going to put in a sensible place. There we go, we can configure it like that more easily. Next up, I think, will be some AA defenses. Which one will I pick? 6 Vulcans have always proven to be very good AA defenses, so I guess I'll pick those. There we go, just one set. Of course, I want to leave enough clearance for our aircraft. So that won't interfere with the guns and crash on them. Although that will also depend on the aircraft design, of course. Placing them like these, by the way, not because it's aesthetically pleasing, but because it has proven to be the best method of defending yourself. I suppose we could also just mount some in angles that make more sense. rather just disregard that. Put these two at the rear. I'm not designing this to be survivable, by the way, I'm just designing this to be a submarine. Which makes a lot of sense since it will be. It will be a submarine. So this would be enough a defense to at least hold something off. Effectively. 8 Vulcans should do a trick at least. See where a broker is. There we go. Attach a whole lot of 20mm rounds onto it. You have 8 guns. 8 times 1.5 is 8 and 4 is 12. 15 would be enough, so let's just do 16. Heck, why not? Just do double for what is required. I suppose we can now focus on putting in the submarine part of the submarine. Actually, I'm not going to put anything in there. I'm going to do this is docking ports, first of all. Docking ports, where are you? Should be in the separating the coupling section, which they are. There we go, some clampertrons. I'm gonna use docking ports because I want these pods to be detachable, of course. Looks like that's not gonna work. In terms of size, perhaps small holding tank would do. It will do nicely for what we wanted to do, at least. Because we don't want it to stick out of the submarine, of course. Let's see if the docking ports aren't blocked. Docking port uses the couplers. Should just... well, when they are being used, the couplers can't. So I previously tested in a test stream, which I did earlier today, how much ore I could get away with floating. So that was a full large holding tank, which is 1500 ore. This will be 300. Oh, we can definitely float this. We can definitely float this. Like that. By the way, I don't know if ore is jettisonable, as in jettisonable, where you can jettison the ore and surface again. Or in that case, you would still need to dig up ore, which you can, in the middle of the ocean, you can only get at the bottom of the ocean, so you first have to submerge, which you can't do if you don't have ore. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. Looks like one of these is slightly sticking out. Can't have that. There we go. Open it up back again. Going to also attach a probe core to it and a tiny engine and some fuel. Yeah. So just a Juno, I suppose. Just a Juno at the back. A little bit of fuel. Probe core. Since we will of course have to dock them back up again. Going to put them to have some electric charge as well. A probe core. Sure, just choose the tiniest one. There we go. And perhaps a patrol unit or two will also do. And then a little bit of fuel. I want the Mark 0 Junior. There we go. The full Mark 0 Junior should do the trick. Going to provide us with a lot of life in this thing. And finally, of course, the Juno engine. I'm going to load it up after I finish this, just to see whether we can actually float it or not. I am, for floating, going to use just a bunch of the structural fuselages. Perhaps 2 will do for now. Don't worry about them sticking out now. I'm going to fix that. End caps. Just do the end caps. Always do the end caps. That is simply my way. Just do the end caps. This is basically just going to be a boat inside a boat. Which it sounds as ridiculous as it is, really. Don't want it interfering with the decoupler, so that'll do. Now we need to match the other one. So roughly in the center, and roughly where the other one is, so that we don't get any floating issues later on. But also, where is she? Perhaps like that. Won't clear. Won't clear, damn it, won't clear. Perhaps a single one could do. A single floating device could do the trick. I suspect that we're going to need a lot of these along the fuselage in order to make it sink, since it was floating so well. There we go. Now, quickly going to go to the sub-assemblies. To the sub-assemblies. Also get this part of the bit confused. And then put this in as a sub-assembly. There we go, heavy stuff. Can delete these, I'm not going to need them. There we go. And now to go in to search up the engine that is powering our vehicle. That's... It's not copied all the way. Yeah, it's not copied all the way. That's unfortunate. Well, I suppose I could just dismount it and mount it again. Like that. And I don't want to use those. I want to use these, in fact, as propellant engines. Something which I've just thought of. The thing that we just built will need some air intake. Some kind of air intake. In order to satisfy the needs of the engine. So, air intake, shock cone, how shocking. We'll need to make some points, at some point at least. Perhaps we could also just use one of these, since it's an afterthought thing now. It really is. This also means that we'll have to revise our sub-assembly, which we just made. Now this is just how I built my aircraft. I saved them. Oh no, I forgot something. So now I'll have to improve it. That's how I do these things. And now I of course clicked the wrong thing again. Sub-assembly is heavy stuff. Leave the heavy stuff. You're also going to need, of course, some ore in the tanks, since otherwise they aren't going to do much. Now it's time to test that on our HCMS Prost. By the way, if you're watching this stream, watching it back, and you think that the music should be louder, just let me know. I currently have my volume setting 11. I must say, this thing looks really good, actually. Not proud of that. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, I forgot that. I forgot the one cargo bay that we had open still. And that's going to hamper you, of course. Cargo bay close, please. Would appreciate it. Also going to autostrad as grandparent again. Since I did see some wobbling inside the cargo bay. So not only are we going to test buoyancy again, we're also going to test the viability of the drone floaty thing that we just built. Heavy stuff, as we call it. We can also test the range of the guns and how much they fire and where they fire. Move away from the noisy engines, really. And like, it's almost as if it's a sound issue or something. The sound just goes with you, as if you're still right next to it. Is that just a sound glitch you want 7.3? I suppose it should be fixed in 1.8 now. I hope at least. Let's see how much it's weighing down the rear. Not a lot. Not weighing down the rear a lot. There we go. Alright, so okay. Couple notes. Let's see if it floats. I think that's a no. Yeah, that's a no. So that was pretty ineffective. We're going to need a different solution. Perhaps we should build one separately. Let's save this subassembly. Actually this. Like that. We should also probably put coupling a bit on the water line. There we go. Every Hojoz thing needs a clever name, and this one will receive one as well. This, by the way, if you want to know where it was inspired from, I just saw a documentary thing on Japanese submersibles that used aircraft. That also utilized aircraft, so I thought to myself, hey, I could do that. I can do that in KSP, I can do it fine in KSP. Now I'm just going to use this cargo bay as a reference as to how much space we have. Going to put the cubic stagnal strut way at the top. This is just about as much space as we can get away with. And I don't think we could do that possibly. I attached everything to the damn thing, so I'll have to reattach to the broker. So I think we won't be able to get one of those heavy the largest type in. Actually, I want to check that. Just how much space do we have to play with? Perhaps that will be a very good check to do. Just how much space do we have and what can we get away with? I won't consider that blocked. And it's not blocked. So I'm just going to see if we can get away with putting one of these in like that. We definitely do not have enough space for that. That sucks, so we're going to have to, like, test how much of these we can get away with. Just about one. Come on, man, that's not enough space at all. Ah. So I can get away with roughly one. Yeah, that's nice. Ah. Of these small holding tanks. That just sucks, you know. In terms of width, at least. So what I'm now going to do is just place it in the position where it is roughly now. In the if it would be on the ship. Just so I know how much space we have to play with. Oh yeah, that's right, we have to move the cargo bay in order to be able to do that. Actually, I should do this differently. I'm not going to just place an intake because intake we placed last time didn't really satisfy me in terms of looks. This doesn't really either, but I'll just do this. It'll look fine again. Anyway, what I want to do now is, if you want to save this as a sub-assembly, you can better do stuff like this. Just like that. Is it blocked? Not blocked. Which is nice. There we go. And then attach the cargo bay to that. Then that'll be a reference. So then this is roughly the space you have to play with. And I am just going to put a plating wall in as well. Just to see how much space we have. So plating will roughly start here. Like that. I hope that the plating wall would make that plate there would at least make it so I didn't. That's unfortunate. So this is the boom you have to play with. When a few hundred or you up. Also just going to be whoa. Ah. Oh, come on, mate. This is going to require a lot of tweaking, by the way, since the floating bit and such. Let's get a stable base going for the floating bit. Like that. That would be preferable, but that just sticks out. So we have to go something like that, which it's not, that's not a stable base at all. Oh no, that's all you can get away with. Ah, damn it. We need a lot of floating ability to be able to get this to float. Especially if we're going to like merge them. Because we need 4 of these inside each other to match the large holding tank capacity, I think. No, I would even need 5. So that is going to be a nightmare. I want you to attach. Come on. Do the attachment. Merchant side, yes. Like that. And then, or 300, that'll make 600 or 900 or 1200, and this would be 1500 or. That is 1500 or if we merge it with the rest. $1,600 or right there. So how are we going to float this? Oh boy. We also need some form of power generation, of course. And some fuel with an engine. Come on. This is a fun challenge. Just waiting for the point where just some random dude shows up and thinks, what the hell is he doing? and I'm like, well, I am making an aircraft carrier boat, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look that way. Well, it's a submersible aircraft carrier, and the submersible aircraft carrier will have to submerge multiple times. That are the design requirements. And it's like, but you can achieve that just by mining ore. Yeah, you can. But I want to be able to submerge it multiple times in the middle of the damn sea, and you aren't going to do that without releasing your ore and putting it back without mining any ore. So, yeah, difficult challenge. You're going to need a lot of float to be able to float it. So how are we going to create massive amounts of float within this space? Especially if it tapers off like this. And the answer is you're probably not gonna. You could do this easily with robotics, but here's the thing, I don't have the robotics DLC, so I will have to find out some other way. could use control surfaces actually. I could use control surfaces, yes. I could use deployable control surfaces to conserve as much area as I can. Like that. And then if you undeploy them, 40 meter. Perhaps something like that would work. But then you would need to fold them. Okay, that it won't work like that. So, if we... I mean, we might be onto something here. So that's why I'm pursuing it. I could do something like that. It should conserve the space necessary and bring it high enough. Haha! I might have just found the solution. Yeah! Yes! It also means you can store it on the bottom of the sea if you want to. Yes, it's pretty cool. I must say it's pretty cool. But will it be able to float it? Now that we also have 1500 ore, you know? 1500 ore, that's not just something. You can just disregard. That is a lot of ore. That you will have to float. Going to do inverted deploy direction. You in, make you straight. And now, if all is going well, we can deploy you, and we can deploy you. Okay, so that's just simply because I thought you what. I hadn't gotten you double, which I've gotten now. So I can now do this. Get into the middle a little bit. And this could be our floating solution. That's pretty neat, if you ask me. Now if it works, of course. If it doesn't work, then... well, that's a shit floating solution. Let's get it out into the water then. That 1500 are all loaded up. Jeez, it'll be very difficult to float this. I just had a thought, perhaps we could just mount it on the side, yes, but then you can only... like, you can't put it in again. You would need some kind of wire to put it in or something. You don't have access to that. What's going to happen is we go to sink. Or not, that's enough floating surface to not make it sink. So now, deploy you. See if we can make you float. Oh no. That worked. It is floating, guys, it is floating. That's really all you need to float this, wow. Anyway, we can make it float, so... Next thing is figuring out how we're going to reattach it, since that's quite low down and you're not going to be able to attach yourself to the boat like that. So we'll need more buoyancy. How will we get more buoyancy? What if use that to deploy, but additionally launch a random fuselage onto it. Love how there's absolutely nobody watching. Nobody's interested in this content, so why are you doing it? Well, I'm doing it because I want to do it. There we go. So the float will roughly... Come on, mate. I wonder... Is it one of those when I can't select anything? No, it's not. So it's under going to look like that. Yeah, it's cool. Deploy. How much angle can I get away with before? Because that of course also going to help the buoyancy. That's not going to be much angle that you're going to be able to get away with. So custom 1 will be deploying these. Let's see how well that works. Because now we'll have stability as well as decent floating. Perhaps we'll need to even turn the entire contraption 180 degrees and put the floats at the top with the... Okay, yeah, that could be a decent solution, yes. Yeah. Could be a decent solution. You could use air brakes as elevators to elevate the the entire contraption into place. Once we want to recouple it. This vessel. That's always going to happen. So one deploy those. Actually, we have less reach since we messed it up a little bit. And yeah, we will float like that. That is exactly what I thought would happen. Like that now, so let's nudge yourselves out here. Let's see how much float we have. And it's indeed more float than we had before. So yeah, I am going to just turn this entire thing around. That'll make it easier to couple. Actually, I could move the coupling part downwards to here. Then turn it around 180 degrees. Okay, that didn't work as I thought it would. Because we need to turn this docking port here. Around 180 degrees, and then the entire thing will turn yes. Like that. But that doesn't solve it, so I think you guys get what I'm trying to do here. I want to turn this thing around. So config. Well, we won't need to do that actually. I just thought we won't need to do that. So this fits like so. Now we want to. Oh, that's just that part. Now we want to push this downwards. That's about as downwards as we're going to get. And then the clearance is inverted. So that won't actually make us clear. That works. That's annoying. So we need to couple it like. Hold on a second. Remove this entire thing actually, just remove it. I need to get my head around this a bit more, so I'm just going to rotate our contraption 180 degrees, like so. And this is then going to be that's going to be our floating part. Need to undeploy that to dock. Dock like that. That'll have to be an upper part of the docking. this will always have to be in the middle of the docking of the entire thing. Yes. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about, and that's, I think, the most important thing here. Then we need to put you in again. Oh, let's see. I was kicked out of the window again. Doesn't look like there's anything going on in here. Stream, damn it. I'm literally streaming nothing. Come on. Okay, I'm streaming something again. Don't be concerned. It is real professional streaming going on. No, it's not. I will always blame my rural internet connection. Anyway, that will have to be how I connect. Since the ship will be sitting relatively upward, we can't afford like the water line to be below something like this. Like that. So what I'm going to do is very simple. The buoyancy contraption we developed. The very smart buoyancy contraption of deploying control surfaces. I'm going to just simply invert it. And then upwards. And then if you deploy it, it'll be more advantageous. Like this. Because that will get our water line upwards again. Yes, indeed it will. So that's our current design. Of the buoyancy. Let's get the cargo bay back in. That'll be roughly how we do it. Yep. So we do the latest version of the buoyancy. And let's see if the solution still works. I mean, this live stream has been going on for like an hour and 15 minutes. And so far we have already built a submarine and we have made decent progress on the contraption that'll help us submerge the submersible. No, not do that. No. Well, the only thing that's going to be an issue here is the fact that Coco here is upside down. And I want it to be the control point. Okay, I'm going to get the control point the way I want it to be. Stop kicking me out, please. Deploy the eventful contraption like that. Now get out of here. Use the engine. Come on. That's a decent buoyancy. That's possible buoyancy actually. It's nice to see. I'm happy with that. Next thing I want to do is just put the engine a little bit upwards. Something like that. So that our thrust is more in line. Perhaps we can add some Mark 0 fuel tanks here on the side to help with more buoyancy. Actually, now that probably won't help. So what I'm going to do now is reroute to this part, and now I can save it as a sub-assembly for further testing. Let's see how high that comes. And you put it on the Prost. Where are you, Prost? Where are you, Prost? Let's see if how we are for the clearance. We are good for the clearance. I'm going to put several of these along the side of the fuselage of this thing, this contraption. The submarine, in fact, that's what it is. By putting fuel in the center of mass will never change. And that will severely help our submarine capabilities. So that's what I'm doing right now. That is roughly in the center. So next thing is put another one in, of course. Put another buoyancy or two in. See how far that one is in. It's nearly into the edge actually. Yeah. And to just make sure that it can dock and dock nicely. Something like that actually. Of course, center of mass will be screwed by the fact that the buoyancies are now on. So put the buoyancy somewhere else. Oh. I'm absolutely loving this. This takes all my engineering stuff I have done in KSP so far, all my engineering knowledge, and just it helps me. I just thought though, having more than 2 buoyancies is going to hamper you a bit, since you are going to have to put them all on at the same time basically, and that's not going to happen. So here's hoping that that part will work as intended. Let's get a cubic strut at center of mass real quick, just for reference, so we can see if we've deviated from center of mass. There's our center of mass now. This is how I build planes too, with fuel distribution, by the way. I just put a cubic strut at center of mass, and then distribute fuel until the cubic strut is at the center of mass again. That tends to work for me, so why revise it? There we go. Let's see if this will be able to submerge the submersible. And then another one just to add. I've just thought though, I could just rebalance fuel. I could until the ship is level again. And when it's true and level, I can attach the final. I can basically attach the other ones. That's pretty cool. So that's going to be a very nice solution. If I could make that work. Anyway, this is going to be it for now. Let's quickly rewire the action groups. Because we want action group number 1 to decouple the inner 2 nodes. custom 2 will decouple the outer two. And then custom 3 will be for the winglets. Toggle deploy our wing float system. Whoa, what's the issue there? Oh, you are attached in a default kind of way, so you need to pull your wing a bit. Like that, and then everything will be solved. Yes, it will. Want to see if this works as submersible then. We're getting close to the stage where we can mount our aircraft actually. Custom 4 will just toggle all the bay doors. There. And custom 5 will toggle this bay door. Now launch it. Let's see what happens. This is a very fun engineering challenge, honestly. I've already said that. The vessel. Okay. This is going to be fun. Especially if it submerges, then it'll be extra fun. It doesn't actually. That's too bad. I've just thought though, I can just make it submerge. Just not submerge with a couple of extra ore tanks. Yeah, that should have been the issue. That should have been what I should have pursued in what I should have pursued in the first place. But hey, it's not too late to change plans. Not yet. So I'll just punch holding tank. In the middle. In the middle. A couple of large holding tanks in the middle. Holding even more ore. I'll go for 6 fully filled now. For now, 6 fully filled. We've got at center of mass, of course. Let's see how this affects the inside of the cargo base. Nah, it intrudes a little bit, but it looks like the docking ports and such are fine. I should actually just recover those planes that I have there. They only slow the game down. I really should. Oh no. I just spotted a flaw and I want to fix it. But before that, I'm going to remove those planes. It's a bit laggy. Computer is right now. I haven't been in the tracking station before, apparently. Oh no, I chose fly CS5 reflexes. Shouldn't have even gone to the tracking station. That is exactly what I was talking about when I said CUC reflexes. Wow, Prost is coming in at a very, very cool 217 parts right now. It is for sure going to slow your game down. That's the issue I was talking about there. I suppose I should do the same for these. go. Let's try to have Finger's grandparent again. Let's see how much those ore tanks are going to weigh it down. Well, if it's gonna kick me from the game again. We'll never know, but there we go. We are about to test. It's going to weigh down, but not enough. Well, it's going to require a severe amount of weight. It is going to require a severe amount of weight to overcome that buoyancy. Oh, damn it. I'm not going to weigh down at the nose because I thought it was by 4 actually, because I thought it wasn't. Well, it was too buoyant at the nose. It was. It just was. Go. How heavy is this, by the way? 417 tons. Wow. Holding tanks on each side. I see. You can't, okay. I'm going to double up the amount of ore tanks again. Didn't think submersing would be the hardest part. Apparently it is. And clearance check. Hold on, that's a discrepancy. Currently it is 519 tons. We've added about 100 tons of weight. Get it to sink. Sounds weird, is true. Come on, Prost. Just sink. You are made to sink. So sink. This is going to sink now, is it? Perhaps we should have made one where the core is all ore tanks. But I'm motivated to do that. I mean, I'm probably just going to end the live stream pretty soon. Because I don't really feel that motivated anymore. Especially since it's not sinking. Just sink, mate. Honestly, sink. It's a bit lower in the water again. Bit lower in the water again. What happened to me? Because empty it was doing a speed of 34 meters per second, but now it's probably not going to be as much. Yeah, I better get it moving. That's pretty decent now. It looks like we're going to get past 15. Let's deploy all the things then, all the buoyancy testers. That's pretty cool. 5 to open up the plane hanger. Yeah, that's cool. And 1 deploys first. Set. Oh no. That doesn't look good. You can safely say that's a failure. But hey, this thing survived. Couple notes. State engine. Deploy its remaining buoyancy thing. I'm gonna get out of here. There's a major issue going on and I'm going to get out of here. Goodbye. It's actually pretty decent thing this. Goodbye. Look at all that mess. Look at that mess. Anyway, I think I've made this thing too buoyant. So I'm just going to scrap that idea. Wah. I'm just going to move on to a different thing now. Just going to quickly show you the no parts test launcher. I love this thing. Just look at it. Just look how beautiful it looks. Look how beautiful it is. I love this thing. So let's just dismount where the thing that is made for. Wow, those are some pretty good aerodynamics. Just need a little bit of adjustment. We're also going to need a load more fuel, by the way. There we go. It's going to need to be moved forward a bit. Like that. Perhaps just make some fins. Get the center of lift moved upwards. Into it. There we go. Oh, actually did that. Like that. We're just going to add pitch. It doesn't have a lot of fuel at all, by the way. Oh, that sucks. Because otherwise I could just mount more fuel to this, but nope. Parts. I'm just going to do it. Anyway, who cares? This thing won't have optimal fuel distribution at all. But damn it, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to fly for a bit here. So that'll add 100 fuel. Going to add 100 more. 50 more even. Let's just do 50 more. And then end it off with a nice end cap. Do love my end caps. That's my last one. And now I'm going to just have some fun with this. There we go. I should have a look at the action groups, because clearly I don't know them. Action groups. Yeah, they don't shut down and deploy I'm gonna switch the mode in action group 2. That explains everything. Let's just put that action group that we just had on 1 on 2. And then shut down all the engines here. Let's see how it flies. Again. Oh boy, stream looks a bit laggy. I'm quite simply going to blame my computer for that. I love the performance of this one. Oh yeah, I forgot that it just had vertical stabilizing. Yeah, pleased. And that's going to completely hamper its performance. Oopsie. Breaking news. Vertical stabilizers important, scientists say. Kind of disturbs the look of the plane, but gotta do what's necessary. I forgot something. Knowing that you forgot something doesn't mean that you know what you forgot. And this time it was the vertical stabilizer. has some lovely flight characteristics, I reckon. Oh, it's also pretty fast. Still is pretty fast, even though it gives a lot of fuel. That's nice. Oh, that's weird. That was a weird one. Anyway, this is a pretty cool plane. Perhaps I should arm it. And that's how my thought processes go with these kinds of things. Ooh, cool plane. Perhaps I should arm it because it would make a good fighter, and then it doesn't. So that's how these things usually go. Doesn't mean that they go like that every time. This is going to be a very fun one. Hey, look at me, I have another gun right here. Barely not blocked. Okay, he's blocked. You needed to have this landing gear set up to accommodate something under it, of course. I'm going to have to work with that. And some 20mm ammo. 5 boxes. Would probably do the trick. I'm going to do 4 though. Just because 5 wouldn't look that nice. This isn't a serious plane build, by the way, just a plane build. So I'm not going to care about center of mass that much. As much as I usually do, at least. An AI on it. Yeah, sure, let's watch some fights between this and the Bianchi. That'd be cool. Where is the AI pilot? Where is the AI pilot? There it is. And I'm just going to put my standard settings on it. And this, by the way, is in the for fun fighter save, so as the name would imply, I'm just doing this build for fun, not for competition. There you go. Suppose I should give it a proper name. There we go. And I could battle against Bianchi, just to see how good it is. I'm interested in that. Time for the setup of the fight. Oh, it's kind of bouncy, but kind of exciting. Kind of excited. You know what? I'm going to pick the Bianchi with the no parts attached. Just to make it a little bit harder for the streamer. Spawn Bianchi Mule 2. So I think it has no parts on the bottom of it. It does. Yes, excellent. Yeah, this is my first fight with a parasite aircraft underneath. That's fun. I haven't tested yet if you can get multiple parasite fighters under one plane. I would be interested in that. I am interested in that actually. Oh no, now this one's bouncy as well. They really are excited to go. So, as I've said earlier, these parasite aircraft are based on a design by Box of Stardust. I simply took the design and reverse engineered it, and that's all I did to get the no parts. F5. Let's get these into battle. Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget the part. just waiting until you become Berrigan. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is definitely going to be fun. I'm going to go and point at one of the streamers because it's going to be fun to see them just play and then go for it. There you go. It's basically the aircraft. It was indeed when it was acquired. Let's see how what the engines are doing. They're going to select the low parts weapon system. And now they're going to drop it. There we go. The low parts weapon system is dropped. Look at them. The streamers must be thinking, oh no, 2 extra aircraft to fight. Oh, this is fun. It's just fun to see that they released parasite aircraft and they're actively fighting. There's one in the right. Ah, it's not stable enough. It's not stable enough to get shots off on the Bianchi. Ah, there it goes. Bianchi, there is stability issue. Ooh! The streamer got tagged. Lost its entire back end. Oh no. It's got worse bombs and low parts. Keep in mind, this isn't even optimized yet. The Bianchi streamer against each other. Shoot on the streamer. And the low parts trying to get to the streamer. Yeah, you can just see it doesn't have to turn rate. No parts doesn't have to. No, it's getting behind one now. Getting behind the streamer. And the other no parts has two. Used to have just one gun, one film. Streamer took damage. It's going to be a second mass issue. And the Bianchi. So which one is the streamer going to pick? Well, I think the Bianchi's got to pick the streamer rather. Sudden side switch for one of the Bianchis. It's just let me battle. No, there's a Bianchi on my tail now as well. This is the enemy Bianchi, so that Bianchi is going to solve the streamer. Ah, not stable enough this time, it's stream rates. Just not stable enough to get a good shot off. It's gonna nearly run out of fuel. That's nearly run out of fuel. Shooting at the streamer though. There the engines. Wow! It's hit it! And this one's lost its vertical stabilizer. This is done. This is just done. Now we're going to fix it. Hope. Reach them again. Or a curl inside. That feels well. And no parts. They're just chilling. And this other no parts as well. Just chilling. In the background, there's just a Yankee trying to destroy the Yankee. It's destroyed more now. To the point where the connection, where the engine doesn't have a connection anymore. Anyway, I think this is a very good point to end the stream on. To end the stream at, rather. Yeah, I'll just end the stream here. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next stream, possibly. And if you do feel so inclined, in the description there is a link to my main channel. I'd like you to click on it.